have you ever read maybe a horoscope like article in a magazine or on one of these blogs, and they're like, oh, all Aries are this, all Pisces are this, all Scorpios are this, and you just like, that's not true, because I'm not always like that, or my emotional side is not like that. Or you may be like, hey, I dated a Scorpio one time, but all of that, what they're saying, is not true. That is because there's more to you than just the sign you know yourself as. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I am Sunny Brooks, and while you're here, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, the notification bell, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them below. Today I am talking about astrology, but I am basically explaining to you that there is more to you and more to your personality than just your sign, right? So have you ever read maybe a horoscope like article in a magazine or on one of these blogs, and they're like, oh, all Aries are this, all Pisces are this, all Scorpios are this, and you just like, that's not true, because I'm not always like that, or my emotional side is not like that. Or you may be like, hey, I dated a Scorpio one time, but all of that, what they're saying, is not true. That is because there's more to you than just the sign you know yourself as. So if you ever catch yourself saying like, oh, I'm a Leo, I'm an Aries, I'm a Virgo, I'm a Taurus, I'm a Pisces, those things, those are just your sun signs, basically. That is just one part of you. So when you are born, there are planets, there are stars, there's everything, asteroids, all of these things. Basically the heavens, the skies, is basically all in different positions and different astrological signs when you are born. When you are born, the sun is what people focus on a lot of times in mainstream culture. So they will say, okay, the sun is in Aries, the sun is in Pisces. Like if it's like January, they may say the sun is in Aquarius, like that, right? That is normally how you get your horoscope, your Zodiac sign. It's more than that. What about your Mercury? What was the moon sign in? What was the Venus in? The planet Venus in? What sign was these other planets in? Because yes, the sun is important. However, the other planets play a huge role in who we are and how we interact with one another. So I'm going to be covering the big three. The sun sign, that is the sign that you probably know, and people talk about, oh, what's your zodiac sign? Pisces. Okay, that's your sun sign. I believe the sun sign is just your overarching personality, right? Not necessarily the bolts, the screws. So if we were looking at a house, the sun sign is just the structure of the house, right? When you start looking at the other planets or the moons or things, that's the different setups on the inside. So I would say the sun sign is just the outside of the house. If you drove by the house and you was like, I would kind of say it's overarching, but not quite, just because the rising sign, which I will get into, but I would say it's the overarching. When I get to the rising, I can make it make sense, because the big three is your sun, your moon, and your rising and or ascendant, depending on what you call it. But it is just basically your how about this? The analogy would be your sun sign is if you walk into the house and that's what you see. Once you walk into the house, and you're like, oh, it's 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, an office, and a garage. That is the sun sign. Like, you're just like, okay, I got an idea of what this house has to offer. A lot of people like to believe that your sun sign is who you grow into. Like, this is who you are not quite when you're a child. You're not quite there when you are a teenager, but you grow into this. You have to learn how to become your sun sign. That's a thought process around sun signs, but that is probably why sometimes not only does all zodiac sign astrology and horoscopes don't resonate, but it also may be because you haven't grown into that part of yourself. Then we have the second one. We deal with the moon sign. So your moon sign rules your emotions. So you may have a sun sign, I'm like rubbing my eye. You may have a sun sign in Leo, but your moon sign may be in Pisces. So you may read blogs or people be like, oh, all Leos are heartless and cold. But you're like, hold on, I'm not heartless or cold. Like, I feel very in tune with my emotions. Like, I'm very connected. I'm very nurturing, which is not normally a Leo trait of nurture, as a nurturer, right? So you may be like, does that mean I'm not a true Leo? It's not that. Your moon that rules your emotions is in Pisces. So every planet, including the sun and the moon, which is considered planets in astrology, they all are in different signs, and depending on what that specific planet rules determines what is affected in your life based on the sign that it's in. So the moon rules emotions, and if your moon sign is in Pisces, which is water, which deals with emotions, one, you feel a home in your emotions, but you're very intuitive. You connect internally. You are able to connect with others. You're a nurturer by heart, right? Because your moon sign is in Pisces, not Leo. Now, there are some people who have triples, like they are their moon, sun, and rising is Leo or all one sign, which they're true to their core. But you may feel conflicted if what people are saying or what you are reading about your sign does not resonate. That is because the other planets are in different signs. So the way to find this stuff out, you can go to different websites and Google your birth chart and natal chart. Of course, you're going to need to know when you were born. You're going to need to know where you were born. And to get specifics, you're going to need to know the time. Can you know your planet signs if you just know the date and the place? Yes. But to be on the safe side, you're going to need to know the time. You could Google that. But yeah, I'm not going to go over that part of it. I'm sorry. I don't know why my eye keep itching. But I'm not going over that part. I just want to let you know that there's more to you than just your regular sign that people associate you with. So you have the moon sign, which is your emotions, which is when you walk into the house, right? We said when we walk into the house knowing that it's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, whatever I said, that is that sun sign. The moon sign is the touches, right? The special touches, like, oh my gosh, I really like the crown molding, or I really like the tray ceilings, or I really like the all white kitchen, like that part. It gets more specific, and it gets like where you get that emotional connection or you emotionally drawn in. So then we have our rising sign, which is known as our ascendant sign also, which this sign basically is how you like how you show up, how people see you. So sun sign is just kind of like, I got an idea. Your moon sign is your emotional side, so everybody may not know that part of you. And then your rising sign is just how people perceive you or how they see you. Also with the moon sign, I wanted to mention how people say that your sun sign you grow into. Your moon sign is who you already are, they say. Like your moon sign is your true self. It is who you feel you are on an everyday basis. It is who you flow easily as. It is just who you are, and then as time progresses and as experiences happen, you have to grow into your sun sign. So your ascendant and your rising is how people see you as. So people may meet you and think something completely different about you based off of your ascendant sign. So your rising sign may be, let's say your rising sign is let's say your rising sign is maybe let's say Aries is your rising sign, and when people meet you, they like, oh my gosh, she seems so mean, she seems so stubborn, she always had a resting face, the RBF, right? Like, oh, she seems like standoffish, right? That may not be true. It is because they see you and they be like, oh, they judge you based off of how you appear, and how you appear is your rising, right? So basically your rising would be in a house, would be when you drive by. That would be the rising sign, right? You go and you drive by, you like, oh, that house so nice, it's so pretty. Or you can think the opposite, oh my gosh, that house so jacked up, it's ugly. And then you walk inside and be like, hold up, this can't be the same. Like what I just drove by and saw and what's in here can't be the same. Like the curtains don't match what's on the outside. Like this don't match. Like how y'all got these custom draperies, crown molded, but outside it look crazy, right? That is because that's the rising sign. You don't really know a person until you really get to know them, right? So you judging a book by its cover. That is the rising. That is the ascendant. You can be fooled. Like sometimes I know people are fooled by me. My rising is Libra, so a lot of people outside of love and all that stuff, but people think I'm like this social butterfly, like, oh my gosh, Sunny, like and I can be, but that is just how I appear. Like, oh, she's very social, she's this, she's that, right? But then when they get to know me, they get to know the sun sign. But then when they really, really get to know me, they get to know my moon sign. They're like, oh, snap. So that's my belief, but some people believe it the other way. Like when people get to know you, they get to know your moon sign, and then when they really get to know you, they get to know your sun sign. But for me, I appear like my sun sign. Like you see it, and then for you to really experience my moon sign, you really have to get to know me. So just know that there is more to you than just your zodiac sign. Like, okay, what's your zodiac sign? You say Aries. Okay, cool. But what's your moon sign? What's your ascendant? What's your Mercury? What's your Venus? What's your Mars? And when I tell you, it gets deep. And you can really learn a lot about yourself. You can learn how you communicate based off of which sign you have in Mercury. You can also know how you love by your Venus sign. You can know how you want to be loved, right? You can know how you think and how you connect to things that are bigger than you. Listen, you can know like your success path. It gets big. So listen, when I say if you are going to, let's say, go on this path in this journey of self-discovery, self-love, self-healing, I highly encourage you to figure out your birth chart, your natal chart. And a good place to start is a masterclass I taught a while ago in the Vibe Tribe. I think it's called Astrology 101. You can find it on soulfulvibestribe.com, which is for purchase. But in this class, I break down each one of the signs. I break down how to retrieve your birth chart. I break down so much about the birth charts and the natal charts and things. So you can definitely go on there and get it. I'll put the link in the description, but it's soulfulvibestribe.com. And I go over deep into the astrology for beginners. It is not deep for those who have been studying astrology for years. I also go over some books I recommend in that class, I believe. So go check that out. But I want you to really start diving deep into yourself. There are some other, I would say, tools and resources I use to help me understand myself. I'm a person that I want to understand myself in all facets, not just astrology, but I also want to understand myself in Myers-Briggs. I want to understand myself in human design. I want to understand myself in different ways and different opinions, right? In different systems and modalities. So I want you to go find out your big three. Your sun sign, your moon sign, and your ascendant/rising sign. Drop them in the comments. Let me know. I want to know. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them below. I'll see you next time. I love you. Bye.